Lesson 8.6, we're going to be talking about surface area of prisms. The word surface area, which is abbreviated SA, of a rectangular prism with a base of L, width of W, and height of H, is the sum of the areas of its faces. So your formula is the surface area equals 2 times the length times the height, plus 2 times the length times the width, plus 2 times the height times the width. Because of the commutative property of addition, it could be 2LW plus 2LH plus 2HW, or 2HW plus 2LW plus 2LH. Basically, what you need to know is the sum of the areas of all the surfaces or face of a three-dimensional figure is the surface area. If you remember, I think I talked about it with every class last week. If I take a prism and I dip it in ink, the faces that are going to be covered in ink are what I'm finding the surface area of. 1A, find the surface area of the rectangular prism. So we're going to use our formula, which again, it doesn't, like the order doesn't matter. So you take surface area equals 2 times the length times the width, plus 2 times the length times the height, plus 2 times the width times the height. And I'm going to say this is my width, this is my length, and this is my height. And again, those numbers don't have to be exactly correct. So when I take length times width, that's 7 times 9, which is 63, plus 2 times the length times the height, which is 7 times 13, which is 91, plus 2 times the width times the height, which is 9 times 13, which is 117. Take 2 times 63, you get 126. 2 times 91, and you get 182. And 2 times 117, and you get 234. I add all those together, and I have a surface area of 542 inches squared. Because it's area, it's a squared label and not cubed. I circle it, and that's my answer. To find the surface area of a triangular prism, it is more efficient to find the area of each face and calculate the sum of all the faces rather than using a formula. So what I always do is I say triangle 1, or just triangle, and then I multiply it by 2 because there's 2 triangles of the same size because they're parallel congruent, if you remember the definition of a prism. And then your rectangles aren't always the same, so I find rectangle 1, rectangle 2, and rectangle 3. Okay, 3A. We're going to find the surface area of a triangular prism. So again, I take my triangle, and to find the area of a triangle, I have the base times the height, divide by 2. My base is 3, my height is 2, divide by 2. 3 times 2 is 6, and I clearly had the answer in my head when I wrote. 3 times 2 is 6, divide by 2 is 3. So the area of my triangles, so T1 is 3, T2 is 3. Then I'm going to find my rectangles. So all of my rectangles are the same. No, I have 2 rectangles that are the same and one that's different. So rectangle 1 and 2 is 4 times 2.5. 4 times 2.5, we get 10 for our rectangles. So rectangle 1 is 10, and rectangle 2 is 10. And that's these right here. It's those rectangles. But then if you look, the one that it's sitting on is 3 by 4. So rectangle 3 is 3 times 4, which is 12. So then I add them all together. So 10 plus 10 is 20. Plus 12 is 32, plus 6 is 38 centimeters squared, and I circle it, and that's my answer.